Start of war. Fuck Putin and all that's sailing him. Start of war and we're all fighting. Start of war and they're all trying. Gonna build this city. Peace by peace. Gonna blow it up, whatever it is. We don't care about the innocent. We don't care at all. We don't care about the consequence. We don't care at all. We didn't get exactly what we wanted. Distractions, burners, now they're dead. Extended our border on the map. A nice new line. Gonna flash. We don't care about the innocent. We don't care at all. We don't care about the consequence. We don't care at all. So tortured, killed and occupied. But being victorious and many have died. And now we only stand and we rule. But all that said, just a pile of rubble. We don't care about the innocent. We don't care at all. We don't care about the consequence. We don't care at all. Killed all those without a campaign just to get our goal. We died and killed without innocence just to rule some rubble. We didn't care about the innocent. We didn't care at all. We didn't care about the consequence. We didn't care at all. Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell to the military! Oh hell to the military! Oh hell to the military! It's just the old complex! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh hell to the military! Oh hell to the military! Oh hell to the military!
Right, okay, so that was me, Jandor Band in Gateshead. Actual sort of direct studio type recording of the live performance for a change, which is decidedly unusual. I'm going to move myself left a bit. Felt I was sticking out a bit. Today I've got an exciting Sisters of Mercy poster in the background, which is cunningly crumpled to pieces as it got chucked under a load of stuff in my bedroom by accident. Oh well, oops, never mind. Right, okay, let's have a bit more volume on the microphone so I can hear myself and you can hear me. Right, a fair bit of this is all about promoting our Near Futurist for the Homeless gig. That's happening on 3rd of November, but we will have a bit of other stuff as well, like Black Midwinter promo, and hopefully, you know, never know, maybe some other interesting stuff as well. Right, first of all, let's get on with a bit of Machine Rocks, who's also joining us on the 3rd of November.
She was my pretty doll, and she looked like myself. Phony look good.
That was Machine Rocks, who were thoroughly excellent. The brilliant Ariel Undine, Stardust Siren, as she is also known as, runs a very excellent DJ night called Siren's Cave in London. So that's at the Black Heart occasionally, something to look out for. Right, so also playing with us on the 3rd of November is a band called NYF, or Knife.
The goal is
how to pronounce it exactly. There's no sort of proper video as such for this, but
can be reached.
Take a look at this anyway.
For with knowledge of radiation, we can face the facts about fallout and take action to protect ourselves against this hazard of the nuclear age. atoms produced in the explosion join with the particles of Earth and they breathe. The mushroom-shaped cloud forms and climbs higher. It now contains billions of highly radioactive particles that we call fallout. The winds of the upper altitudes blow on the cloud, sending it in one or more directions. Some of the lighter particles may remain suspended in the atmosphere for days and travel thousands of miles before landing. But the heaviest particles drop to the ground within 24 hours. These are the most hazardous because they emit the largest amount of nuclear radiation. 100 miles from the explosion, they are about the size of table salt or fine sand. Within an hour, after a massive enemy attack, fallout would begin to be a serious problem in the vicinity of any nuclear ground burst. 7 hours later, the threatened areas cover more and more of the country as prevailing winds expand the fallout in downwind patterns. 24 hours, 48 hours, without shelter, millions would face death.
So that was Knife. Might be Knife, that might seem appropriate to the name, you know, given everything and what for. Right, let's have a bit of Valentina Reptile. She's almost ready to have a chat with us, so let's have Absolution from Valentina Reptile now. And let's have that on, shall we?
Your eyes, this is just a game we've played before. You can't deny you like this feelings of control. Let go, get free, reach within that urge inside. Release to
Yes, hello, Valentina Reptile. First time
Hi.
I mean, that's the only sort of first messaged you about anything a couple of days ago, really, but rather sudden introduction to things. So I've not really had much time to really go into much of what you get up to, but I did check things out when you were playing with Leg Puppy. So perhaps you'd like to tell us where you originate musically and what it's all about, then.
Of course. Okay, hi everyone. Sorry if I'm a bit like weird, but this is like the first time that I'm doing a video interview like that live. So anyway, so yeah, hi, I'm Val Reptile. So I've been making music since I was very young, and now I'm a bit old. So, but we're not gonna reveal how old I am.
Can't be older
So
than me, I'm sure.
we don't want to. I don't think so. Anyway, I started here in UK with several metal bands. I was in one called Fragments of Faith, and then I was in one called Hieroglyph, which was a tech metal band. With Hieroglyph, we were touring around UK and we did some stuff in Europe as well. Really fun. Then when we split up, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with my life now? And I've always loved like electronic music on top of metal and a lot of other genres. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna start writing my own things. Like I was already writing my own things, but with the piano. I never did anything with like computers. So I was like, okay, let me try to like, create something maybe from piano to electronic and so on and so forth. And so there was a pandemic in the meantime, in between, and I didn't have a lot of things to do. So I basically wrote a few albums back then. I kind of like taught myself then with the help of a few friends on like how to use the DAW logic and so on and so forth. And then that's how my project started. And since then, I kind of like, yeah, did two albums. I only released one, which is the one that it's on Spotify, Truth or Death. And then there is another one, which is called Absolution. Well, that was supposed to be the first single of the second album, but the second album hasn't been released yet. So I don't know if it will be, we'll see. And then this year I started working with some new producers and I met new musicians and like we started working together with other artists. And I kind of like started experimenting a bit more with my music. And then I thought I want to play live now. And I started like looking for gigs. I didn't really know what I was doing at the beginning. Still, maybe I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I played
I
two
don't think
gigs.
any of us do really, but we just try and pretend that we do.
Exactly. I think it's going quite all right so far. Like the last show went really well, so I'm happy. And yeah, basically that's how the project came to life. And yeah, I don't know what else.
Yeah,
What
I
else
mean
should I say?
that's sort of enough about the origins of things. So, how many times have you actually taken this new project to the live situation then?
So only two times.
So, was the last one with Leg Puppy the second time then?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. So like the first one I played last month at Luna Live, which is a place in Leytonstone. And like it was the first time that I played with the synthesizers. I'm using two now, but back then I just used one, the Machine MK3. And I just taught myself in a week how to use it very basically. And I was like, okay, let's do this. I wasn't really sure what I was doing, but sometimes you just have to go for it, you know.
Electronic music's easy. You just press create song and off it goes. Obviously, everyone knows that.
Just play backing track, and pretend to play.
So, how's it been transitioning to this more solo artist situation than being in a band?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, it's been interesting because I've always had the support of the band. And, I am a front woman, so I'm a singer and a songwriter. But it's different when you go on stage and you have other like five people behind you that, if something gets, can I say fucked up? Yeah, if something goes wrong.
You're allowed to say whatever you want. I just,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
so
want the real Valentina Reptile experience. We don't want anything filtered out, but
oh, good luck with that. Okay. So if something goes fucked, you just turn around and you look at your bandmate and they're there and you go like, okay, yeah, we can do this. If you're alone and something goes fucked like it did at my last gig, I can tell you later if you want. I'm just like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Nothing. Oh my God. Like, and also like, yeah, it's different. Like you have the people there to support you. You don't feel alone on stage. When you are alone, it's like all the eyes are on you. You're like doing your whole performance there. So yeah, it's a bit more intense, but I have to say in the past few years, like I've also worked a lot on myself, gained more confidence. So I'm actually enjoying it. I like being back on stage a lot. So
And your music videos productions, such as Absolution, which I just played, it's absolute stunning production values to that, and absolutely brilliant work there on doing that. So how was the approach to doing the music videos, and how did they come about? I mean, it's not commonplace, obviously, for an artist that's just started out to put out such a sort of absolute top quality, MTV, as if that actually plays music anymore, but it's absolute top class music video production. So if you want to tell us maybe a bit more about that and why that was important to you.
yeah, sure. So actually, that wasn't my first video. I have another two before that. One is Truth or Death, and the other one is Without Me. But let's say that I've grown up, yeah, with MTV in the music business. I have lots of friends in Italy that actually worked for MTV. And like, I kind of like go back and forth with them every time that I have to do a music video because I like the input of like creatives and people that know about videos. And with Absolution in particular, this song, it was my first release after a while, I think after a year, and I wanted it to be big because I thought the song was really worth it. And even like the lyrics, it's all about, the fetish kink world and so on and so forth. So I wanted like a videos that would represent that concept. And I was following the guys that directed it is this company called Video Inc. I had been following them for a while on Instagram, and I thought their work was like top notch, like you said. And so I contacted them, but they work with big labels. Well, not huge, but bigger labels, and like bigger budgets. And I was like, hey, hi, I really like your work, but I'm not sure if I have the money to pay for it. And actually they kind of liked the song that much, and they were like, you know what, we like the song so much, we're gonna give you like a discounted price. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Obviously it was quite a bit of money, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see that on screen when you see it, but even if you get to like, I don't know, even if you get 10% off something like that, I dare say it's quite a bit of money.
At that period of time I could afford it, so I thought I just want to do it, and I had the best experience. Like that day I really felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was I don't know, Britney Spears, like a famous person. Like I was with them in the studio, they were directing me, there was a makeup artist, like all the people came, the guy with the snakes and the props, like it was like a great experience for the whole day, like I really loved it. So I would do it again. Now I can't afford it.
Yeah, in time, when the money's accumulated a bit more from all your millions and billions of streams on Spotify, you might have £10 by the end of next year.
We'll see.
By the way, my girlfriend is watching over in America, and she says we're all old people here, so don't worry about that.
Okay,
and as for the language, it's not the worst that anyone's said on this show. That honour possibly goes to one of her friends who was on the show some time ago. Also, that she agrees that the video production quality is really, really good. So I thought you might like to know that. So, obviously, as you say, you come from Italy, and did you do much in the way of performance in Italy? And there goes my Sister Mercy poster. Anyway, yeah. So, did you do any performance in Italy, like with any other bands or anything? And if so, was there any difference you found when moving to the UK?
Yeah, like in Italy, I was working with a producer who was in touch with big record labels, and we were trying to kind of like develop back in a day a rock project. But this was like in what year? 2005, 2006. Italy wasn't ready for me. Obviously, like I was too much for them, so like they were like, oh, we don't know about this, we don't know. But we did play a bit with those bands, and we were also, I was also in various cover bands. So the thing about Italy, you can't really play around original music. Well, now it's better, but back in the day they wouldn't allow you to do so. They would only allow to play around with cover bands. So I had like few of those, and it was fun. And like we also were getting paid and like free drinks and so on and so forth. But then when I moved to the UK, so like the project didn't work, and then I had the possibility to move to the UK, and I thought that's the place where I'm gonna do my music. And back then I came here, and I was offered in Italy to do X Factor, and I said fuck this shit, I don't want to do that. I want to like be a rock and roll star, whatever.
Yeah,
So
you
I
don't
came
want
to
to be
the
part of
UK.
the corporate machine, no.
Yeah, and I started like doing my own music, found a band here, the Fragments of Faith, and that's what we were doing. And then, funny enough, we went back to perform in Italy with Fragments of Faith. And when we said we're like a band from UK, then everyone
Yeah,
wanted us,
suddenly you're more exciting
yeah.
when you're more exotic, and I guess there might be an element of that here. Oh, and it's an artist from Italy, but then now you're an artist from the UK, you can be exotic in Italy as well. So
Well,
and
funny you say that, yeah, because like the one of the songs I'm working on next, which doesn't is not my song, but I'm doing a collab with these producers. It's a trap contemporary song in Italian, and they're like, you know what, you're an Italian, you should sing in Italian, do this one half in Italian, half in English. And I thought, okay, well, yeah, sure. It turned out pretty good, but then I'm sure that because it's gonna come from UK, maybe people in Italy will listen to that.
yeah, maybe. Interesting mention that's singing. I mean, I had no idea you weren't English or anything. I don't assume anything, but do you find any differences in singing in Italian? Have you sung in Italian much before, and what differences are there, if there are indeed differences to singing Italian versus English?
Um, I mean, I've sung in Italian before. I wrote a few songs in Italian even when I was in Italy. I never really liked it. I liked more singing in English because I grew up with like, American
Yeah,
and like British music. So I was just like, I never really was into Italian stuff. But then I think that I kind of rediscovered it recently because of the way that you can play with the words. Obviously, it's my mother language, right? So I'm
obviously,
kind of like,
yes.
yeah, it's obviously. I kind of find words easily and like metaphors and like how to write certain things in a certain way. In the way of singing it, there is not much difference really. Like, it's just the way that you sing is like how you do it with the diaphragm and everything. And it's kind of like the same thing that it's in English. It's just the way that you write. Yes, like it's interesting how you find the words or how you differentiate the way that you write when you do it in English or in Italian. But in general, I have a way that I write my lyrics, which is similar. So,
And what sort of things? I mean, obviously, I've not had much time to truly check out everything that you're doing. So, what sort of things inspire you to write? What sort of things do you enjoy writing about in your lyrics?
it's all about, well, not me, I want to be so egocentric, but it's about my life experiences, a lot about, relationships, a lot about, men, a lot about things that happen in my life that I don't like. Most of the stuff that I write is when I don't like something or when I'm sad or when I'm
Yeah.
down. It's never when I'm
You
happy
don't
that I
write
write
happy songs. Well, you're in pretty good company around here for that sort of thing, I think,
yeah.
Anyone might think
It's
you're
like,
careful, though, you might get called a goth or something.
well, I used to be. Now you seem like that. I used to
But
be a proper
but
goth, but
everyone's not a goth now, though, obviously.
no, but
Also,
like
I noticed
I
you've got
not sorry.
quite a variety of sort of styles and songs on your covers that you've got quite a few of on YouTube. So I'm interested in that sort of diversity and the difference between what you're singing on YouTube versus what you actually perform. And is your musical taste quite broad in that kind of way?
Yeah.
I mean, there
Yeah.
shouldn't be any restriction. It's fine. Enjoy what you enjoy. But I'm just interested to see where you come from musically in yourself and what you actually listen to as well.
It's interesting because I went through all the phases. Like I started actually with the Backstreet Boys when I was like 15, 16. I was listening to the Backstreet Boys, Britney, all that pop stuff. Well, the first female pop stars were Whitney Houston, you know, Mariah Carey, Christina Aguilera. These were the people that were inspiring me. And then I kind of like at university went into more rock music. Like, I don't know, I was listening to Incubus, Deftones, this kind of stuff. And then when I moved to UK, I got introduced to industrial and metal, and that became like big for me. So like Nine Inch Nails, you know, that became wow. Depeche Mode, I already knew them, but I started listening to all this stuff like much more when I was here. And then like metal, I mean, like Deftones, then tech metal came, and that's another thing that I really dive deep into, like so bands like Periphery, Tesseract, this kind of stuff. But saying that, I've always also been a lot into hip hop and R&B. So, and recently I discovered that side back. So I can say that I listen to everything really. For me, if I like something and I go through phases, like maybe one day I wake up and I'm like, I want to listen to this, like, you know, more heavy stuff. The other day I'm like, oh, I really want to listen to some chill R&B, or like, you know, some like hip hop from the 90s, you know. And it's fun because, you know, recently my songs were always like kind of dark, so I took my influences from, you know, Depeche Mode, Nine Inch Nails, you know, Roixop or Bjork, this kind of stuff. But then recently I thought, why not actually introduce some of the more pop commercial element of stuff that I'm listening to in my music? And that's what I've been doing with my new stuff, which is totally different. Well, not totally, but a bit different from like the old stuff. It's still kind of like dark because that's what I write about. What I write about is like dark stuff, you know, like when I'm not feeling well, or like things that make me angry and so on. And even like the sounds, the escapes that I use are like those of the synth wave, you know, or like industrial and so on and so forth. But then I'm mixing with like some weird stuff like drill or afro. And it's really been great because like I loved exploring new things and like experimenting. So yeah, you will hear when my new stuff is gonna come out.
Shouldn't be any restrictions on what you do. Definitely, not fitting into a precise genre is the best way, if you ask me. Do whatever's interesting and interests you. So, what can we expect from the live show? And do the synths keep you in place, or do you get to perform to us with extravagant gestures or anything like that? Are you active and moving about on stage, or are you more playing instruments on stage?
Yeah, I'm doing both. So I
healthy
actually
mix.
Yeah, like I've always moved around a lot when I was in metal bands and I was just singing. Obviously now I'm playing, so I think it's half and half because I want to give a balance of like, you know, me actually playing live. I'm a believer that I like to actually play. Like I could have just pressed, like you said before, like, you know, a thing and like, you know, backing track, whatever, and just sang. But because I come from metal, like I want to like, you know, give a show, so play. So definitely I'm playing the two scenes and then I'm singing on top of that. So I think it's gonna be half and half, a little bit of like, you know, me in the synthesizers. But even when I play the synthesizer, I'm always moving. I'm never like still.
Always putting some actions into it, no matter what. Yeah.
You know, I wish I had those keyboards like Trent Reznor, or, you know, the one that were moving like that. That was my dream one day.
When, you know, consider a guitar or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Like the Elysium. I know I've got one, but I've kind of destroyed it a bit. You know, get an Elysium Vortex or something like that. That might be an interesting option for you. Anyway, I appreciate your time having a chat with me tonight at pretty short notice, and I'm looking forward to seeing the show on the 3rd of November. We're going to raise some money for Hope Orphanage in Sierra Leone by putting on a bit of a music show. It's going to be free entry for people, but hopefully we can encourage them to donate some money. And I appreciate you giving your time for that as well. So really looking forward to seeing what you've got live. I was impressed with what briefly I got to check out before asking you along, but that's why I asked you along, obviously, and also with chatting with Darren as to how you were live and everything. So that's like Puppy, if you don't know. Yes, anyway, so thank you very much, Valentina, for joining me for a chat. I'm going to play one of your other videos, of being well, if I have indeed downloaded it properly, which I haven't, but we'll get on with that. So anything else you'd like to add briefly before we depart?
Well, first of all, thank you for the time, and thank you to everyone that is listening. And yeah, I have obviously the gig on the 3rd. It's also for a good cause. And I have a few other gigs before then, one on the 20th and one on the 28th, if anyone wants to come see me live before then. And if not, I'm also going to release some new stuff very soon, so stay tuned.
And I will give people appropriate links to where they can get all of that sort of thing. So, yes, thank you very much. I will let you get on with the rest of your evening now, and I'll play Truth or Death from Truth or Death. I assume it's from my... anyway, right now. All right, thanks a lot, and bye for now.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.
It's you all bad night, spreading evil lies. It's inside your head. Let the monster out, ready to fall out. It's either truth or death. In your eyes, I see it, fading reminiscence.
Right, that was Valentina Reptile there with Truth or Death. So that was very good. By Low-Key Films, apparently, that one. But not Low-Key Films. I think right now we should have some Palindrones, because they're coming up to play the Black Midwinter Festival here in South Yorkshire, in Sheffield, and the 25th of November, because the festival runs 24th to 26th of November. They're on the Saturday, be about third on the bill, if I remember rightly. Anyway, here's Samadhi, I think it is called, or Samadhi, something like that. Anyway, probably saying it all wrong. Anyway, here it is, Palindrones, something what's it, and they're very good indeed. Thought you might like to see. They've got a gig tomorrow. As this is going out, when it's on YouTube or something, it'll be like today. Anyway, so that's the gig they've got coming up at the end of this week. My good friends Down From Above and Negative Response and Laurie Black, all incredibly good acts to enjoy there in Bromley. Bromley contingent indeed. So yes. Alright, let's have me back on screen briefly. Alright, I'm going to finish off now with our festival headliners LastJuly. This is a live video recorded at Carpe Noctem. And you can go to Carpe Noctem and see Glasshouse Museum, who are joining us at the festival as well as Chaos Bleak, who are also at the festival that I've got organised. So we've got a veritable smorgasbord of the goth scene of the area. So right, anyway, LastJuly, Deadfall live at Carpe Noctem.
There's no escape.
It's far too late. I call. You bait the trap. There's no way back.